If there is some sort of connection here, they need to know it and we need to know.
What are we looking at here, Paul?
So that's where we got the sample out of the wood. Do you feel anything?
Yeah, there's definitely wood right here.
The Oak Island team was searching for treasure. What they found is something else entirely. Deep in the murky depths of the garden shaft, their equipment hid an object so solid and so unnatural that the entire operation came to a sudden halt. Before anyone could get a clear look, the cameras went dark. You see, this discovery isn't just about fulfilling a 200-year-old quest. The thing nobody tells you is that this find could validate the wildest theories ever whispered about the island, from the lost fortune of the Knights Templar to artifacts that have no place in our history books. The day the Earth stood still. Viewers have gotten used to the slow burn. A splinter of old wood here, a Spanish coin there. But in one dramatic moment, the rhythm of the search was shattered forever. The team was focused on the garden shaft, a historic searcher shaft they believed was their best chance to bypass the legendary booby traps and reach the treasure vault. They were pushing deeper than ever before, hundreds of feet into the island's mysterious geology. Then it happened. The powerful excavation machines, designed to tear through anything in their path, came to a grinding, unnatural halt. Many people are crazy about the idea of a simple explanation, maybe a large deposit of bedrock. But the data coming back told a different story. The drill hadn't just hit stone, it had hit something smooth, metallic, and impossibly large. You see, the crew members on site knew this was different. Their faces, caught for a brief second on camera, showed a mix of shock and awe. The moment was electric with possibility. This was the moment they had all been waiting for. And then, just as the world leaned in for a closer look, the cameras were cut. The live feed went black. The flow of information ceased completely. This sudden blackout was unprecedented in the show's history. It was a clear signal. They had found something. Something so big, so important, that it had to be protected from the public eye. The island, once a hub of televised activity, was locked down. The silence from the team was deafening, but the whispers from anonymous insiders were explosive. Reports began to leak out, describing a scene of frantic, secret activity. Insiders claimed that what the drill had hit wasn't a rock or a chest, but a wall of what appeared to be stacked gold bars, or perhaps the side of a massive man-made vault. The rumors painted a wild picture, a shine of metal deep in the excavation pit, the unmistakable glint of gold that sent shockwaves through the crew. The scale of this find is hard to wrap your head around. We're not talking about a handful of doubloons. The object is rumored to be massive, a structure buried deep within the earth. Some sources even described an old wooden chest with a metallic shine inside being spotted just before the blackout.
One more section, and then go deeper. That'll give us another 32 inches.
You have to go deeper.
Yeah.
This aligns perfectly with the centuries-old legend of a treasure so vast it would take dozens of men to hide it. The weight of this discovery is immense, not just in potential gold, but in historical significance. For 228 years, people have searched, dreamed, and even perished looking for this. And now, the evidence suggests the Lagina brothers have finally found it. The question is no longer if the treasure is real, but what exactly it is. But this discovery points to something far older than pirates. It points to a holy order of knights, a Templar hiding place. To understand the sheer magnitude of what might be in that vault, you have to look back 700 years to the fall of the Knights Templar. The Templars were the most powerful and wealthy organization of the Middle Ages. They were warrior monks, bankers to kings, and guardians of Christianity's most sacred relics, including, some say, the Holy Grail itself. But in the year 1307, their world came crashing down. The King of France, deep in debt to the order, accused them of heresy and ordered their arrest. The thing nobody tells you is that on the night of the arrest, the Templar fleet, loaded with their legendary treasure, vanished from the port of La Rochelle. It was never seen again. For centuries, historians and treasure hunters have debated where that fleet went. And one of the most compelling theories leads directly to Oak Island. Many people are crazy about the evidence that has been found over the years. Strange carvings on boulders, a lead cross of Templar design, and coconut fibers, a species not native to Nova Scotia but used by medieval sailors as packing material, all point to a significant medieval European presence on the island long before Columbus. The island's elaborate flood tunnels and intricate booby traps are far too complex for a band of pirates. But for an order of elite engineers like the Templars, it would have been well within their capabilities. They needed a place to hide their treasure that no one would ever find, an island on the edge of the known world. You see, this new discovery of a massive man-made structure deep underground fits the Templar theory perfectly. A simple pirate treasure would be a few chests. This is described as a vault, an underground chamber. This could be the final hiding place for the Templar horde. And we're not just talking about gold and silver. The Templars were the keepers of religious artifacts of unimaginable value. If the legends are true, that vault could contain documents that rewrite the history of Christianity, sacred relics that were thought to be lost forever, or even the Grail itself.
You know, logs every 10 feet in the money pit. Logs, that's the description. It's an interesting possible connection.
Finding such an artifact would be the single greatest archaeological discovery in human history. It would shake the foundations of modern religion and our understanding of the past. The stakes are astronomical. The Oak Island mystery has always been about more than money. It's been a quest for answers. This discovery, this wall of a hidden chamber, could be the key to unlocking one of history's greatest secrets. The secrecy from the team makes perfect sense now. If you found something that could destabilize world religions and governments, you wouldn't announce it on television right away. You would proceed with extreme caution. The discovery in the garden shaft isn't just a climax to a television show, it's the potential conclusion to a 700-year-old manhunt for the world's most sacred lost treasure. But not all things are what they seem, and some theories point to something even stranger than the Templars. An anomaly in time. While the Knights Templar theory is the frontrunner, the sheer strangeness of the Oak Island mystery has given birth to even more incredible ideas. And this new discovery, with its talk of advanced engineering and a sudden machine-stopping impact, has only added fuel to these speculative fires. The thing is, what if the treasure isn't European at all? Some researchers believe the island's secrets are far older, pointing to evidence of pre-Columbian visitors with advanced knowledge. Could the vault contain proof of a lost civilization, a North American Atlantis whose survivors built this incredible structure to preserve their knowledge? It sounds like science fiction, but it's a theory that some people are crazy about. Think about the sheer complexity of the money pit. It's an engineering marvel with its intricate flood tunnels designed to use the power of the ocean itself as a defense mechanism. Who, 500 or 1,000 years ago, possessed that kind of knowledge? This has led some to suggest that the builders weren't from this world at all. The most out-there theory suggests the vault isn't a treasure chamber, but a beacon or a crashed vessel of extraterrestrial origin. Believers in this idea point to the strange electromagnetic fields reported on the island and the mysterious stoppage of the modern excavation equipment. They ask, what could stop a multi-ton drill bit in its tracks? Perhaps a material not of this earth. You see, this isn't just random guessing. Over the years, small, unexplainable artifacts have surfaced. A piece of parchment with mysterious writing, metals that analysis showed were smelted with techniques not invented until centuries later. These anomalies hint that the island's story is far more complex than we imagine.
What do you think you hit? The last spade bit, I thought I hit something different. Hear that?
This latest find of a huge metallic structure could be the ultimate anomaly. If it's not a Templar vault, it could be a remnant of a forgotten chapter of human history, or even non-human history. Finding proof of a lost civilization or alien technology would do more than rewrite history. It would fundamentally change humanity's place in the universe. The mystery deepens when you consider that every culture has legends of great floods and lost golden ages. From Plato's Atlantis to the stories of ancient seafaring empires, these tales persist. Could Oak Island be a real-world link to those myths? A repository of knowledge from a time before recorded history? The idea is staggering. This discovery forces us to open our minds to possibilities that have long been dismissed as fantasy. The contents of that vault could prove that we are not the first advanced civilization to walk the Earth. It's a concept that is both thrilling and terrifying. So with all these incredible theories, where does that leave us, the people watching from home? The truth is down there. We have a sudden stop to the digging, a total media blackout, and whispers of a discovery that could be anything from Templar gold to proof of aliens. It all sounds like a movie, but the thing is, this is real life, happening right now. For the average person watching this unfold, it's easy to get lost in the wild theories. But let's bring it down to earth for a moment. What are we really looking at? We're looking at a group of people who have poured their lives and fortunes into solving a 200-year-old puzzle, and it looks like they've finally succeeded. The secrecy, while frustrating, is understandable. The legal and historical implications of a find this big are a minefield. You see, if this is true, did it all just happen overnight? Or are we missing a key detail that changes everything? Think about it from their perspective. If you find something that proves, for example, that Europeans were in North America centuries before Columbus, building massive underground structures, you've just upended the entire foundational story of the Americas. How do you even begin to reveal that to the world? Or what if it really is the Templar treasure? That's not just gold, it's a direct link to a powerful and secretive order whose influence is rumored to persist even today. Unearthing that is like waking a sleeping giant. But let's dive deeper down the rabbit hole because the theories get much stranger than even the Templars. The thing nobody tells you is that some of the most dedicated researchers don't believe the vault holds gold at all.
After 15 years, we may be just a few feet above original work. It could be it. It could be the thing. I am very excited that this is going to lead us to a treasure.
They think it holds knowledge. One of the oldest and most persistent theories is that the vault contains the original, unpublished manuscripts of William Shakespeare. Now stick with me here. This theory claims that Shakespeare was just a frontman, and the real author was Sir Francis Bacon, a brilliant philosopher and a high-ranking member of several secret societies like the Rosicrucians and Freemasons. According to the legend, Bacon buried his most important works, containing secrets of science and philosophy that could change the world, in a specially constructed vault in the New World. The complex geometry and coded messages found on the island seem to fit perfectly with Bacon's known love of ciphers and hidden meanings. Finding those manuscripts wouldn't just be a literary discovery, it would rewrite the history of one of the most famous figures of all time. And if we're talking about secrets guarded by the Templars, what about the greatest secret of all? Many people are crazy about the idea that when the Knights were excavating under the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem, they found more than just gold. They believe the Knights found the legendary Ark of the Covenant. The Ark, a golden chest said to hold the Ten Commandments, was believed to possess unimaginable power. It was the ultimate religious artifact, and it vanished from history over 2,500 years ago. If the Templars found it and needed a place to hide it from the kings and popes who wanted to control its power, what safer place than an engineered, booby-trapped pit on an insignificant island across the ocean? The discovery of the Ark would be a global event of biblical proportions, literally. The implications for faith and power around the world would be staggering. But not all things are what they seem, and some theories are less about world-changing relics and more about worldly riches. One fascinating theory connects the pit to the French Revolution. It's said that when Queen Marie Antoinette was about to be captured, her lady-in-waiting fled with the Queen's priceless royal jewels. The story goes that she sailed for North America, specifically to the French-controlled territory of Nova Scotia, and buried the treasure for safekeeping using French naval engineers to construct the elaborate pit. While it may not rewrite history, a collection of royal French jewels of that magnitude would still be one of the most valuable treasures ever found. And then there's the theory that is so wild it makes everything else seem tame. What if the money pit isn't a pit at all? What if it's a gateway? Some researchers, looking at the strange energies, the continuous flooding that seems to defy physics, and the sheer impossibility of the construction, have proposed that the structure is not meant to keep people out, but to keep something in. So, is the team hiding a world-changing secret, or is this the biggest letdown in history? Let us know what you believe in the comments. Like and subscribe for more answers.